All right, good evening. I'm here with Noah Yuro, a former CBA athlete and a former CBA coach now. He's moving on to bigger and better things that we'll talk about a little bit later, but we figured we'd give him a little interview and see what he learned and what he thought of coaching as opposed to being an athlete. Noah was a very good athlete at CBA. He placed in the Meet of Champions indoors and outdoors his senior year in the 1600. He has a PB of 414 from high school. He also ran the 3200 in 918. He has a discus PB of 102. So from freshman year, not really sure what that means, but anyway. What's your PB at Homedale, Coach?
1630 from junior year, I believe.
That was from your junior year, right?
Yeah, because I didn't run it senior year.
He was injured his senior year. Then in college, he went on to run 351 for 1500 and 1427 for 5K at the University of Richmond. So I'm here to ask Noah some questions. He's been informed of some of the questions, but not all of them. We'll see how he does. So number one, what brought you to coaching at CBA?
So I was coming out of Richmond. I was kind of in a gray period with I didn't know exactly what I was doing. After my 5th year, Richmond offered me an extra semester of cross country, and there was a position opening up at CBA for coaching. And I didn't run my 5th year at Richmond, and so I was already kind of in a coaching role there. I was from on the sidelines helping the younger guys on the team still run and represent the school the way I would hope. And so when the CBA position opened up, a fellow alumni actually sent me the link, and I was like, this is basically what I've been doing right now. I would love to get to go back to CBA and do it. So it's kind of a perfect storm of sorts, but I always had kind of my toe in the water of coaching for the past year or so.
Good. Yeah, it was as far as we were concerned, it was kind of a serendipitous thing. It was you had literally two seasons in you with your schedule, and it worked out. So what are some of your favorite moments or things from coaching?
I think coaching, definitely seeing the team go from the team I started with in December and then finish with in June, the transition. And I think people buying in is what really gets to me, because there's a lot of kids in December I thought wouldn't really stick around come springtime. And later on, they end up being, the glue to our distance machine. They're going to the meets where we need, that second rung of varsity guys to step up, because our next varsity guys have to race at Penn relays or another meet. And having that type of, depth of people wanting to be there, not just depth of how good they are or how fast they are, but people wanting to be a part of the team. And it goes all the way up. I think it's really cool to see it form, because like I said, in December, a lot of these freshmen are coming off of just one cross country season together. So they're in a great period too. Are they going to come out for outdoor? Or are they going to try a different sport? And so seeing them make that switch, it's really inspiring to see, especially being at CBA, because why they're making that switch.
I love that, of all the things we were able to achieve. I mean, let's be honest, the team was very subpar indoors for what our normal standards are. And by the end of outdoors, we were starting to, even the middle of outdoors, in a matter of 2 months or so, we kind of flipped things on its head, and the boys started to run really well. Yeah, and you're a big part of that, and the reason why that happened. So, but I love that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You don't mention the results. You mention the actual, the meat of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what CBA is all about. It's the brotherhood and building upon things, and it's good. So what are some things you might take away from coaching? I know, you're moving on to to law school and everything. What are some things you might learn from coaching that you can use?
This could be a good or bad thing, but maybe it's keeping my internal emotions under wraps in high stress situations, whether it's at a meet or dealing with something as a coach in a leadership role like that. You're dealing with things on an everyday basis. Someone's Achilles hurts and it sounds way worse than it is, but you can't really tell a kid that. Working through that internally and then coming up with a solution for not just me, but 30 to 40 people on both sides of distance and sprinters and throws and jumps, making sure all of that's working together. I think I can really use that going to with law school and what I plan to do after, because it's all about getting people on the same page, working together for a common goal. And I think being at CBA and coaching with you guys showed, and I'm dealing with you, Carl, Q6, Anderson, like all of us guys need to get along sometimes too.
Oh
And
yeah.
if we can do that and then we get the kids to get along, it's, I think, really good. I think it helps me think through a lot of problems that normally I'd voice instantly, and that would get me into deeper trouble than keeping it and thinking through it.
Nice. Yeah, you
Yeah.
find that when things are going well for everybody, it's real easy to do. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, with coaching, it rarely is that way. Even when
Mhm.
everybody's running well, there's always somebody that's got something going on, and it's tough to deal with. Here's a good question. I really like this one. How was coaching at CBA different from being an athlete at CBA?
Yeah.
Not much has changed. I mean, your junior and senior year, I know Mr. Heath retired midway through your career, but Coach Torsch has been there, Coach Cusick was there. I know Coach Sanderson jumped in, and I was there at the time. So what's the difference? What do you see, good or bad?
Um, I'll start with I'll start with the bad first. And it's not bad on the team now, it's bad on when I was a runner, and it's good for the team now. And this isn't a knock on any sort of training philosophy or not, but I remember being an athlete at CBA, and every night going to bed, my only thought the next day was, big run coming up. Even if it was a recovery day, you gotta the the depth of the team at the time I was on the team was very tight. So every like a little inch you could get, it seemed to matter a lot. And I feel like the stress of that made running more of a chore and a job. And it wasn't really about enjoying running and getting better. Where now, when I'm coaching at CBA and I'm seeing the kids run, they're coming here to just hang out and run the way it started to get for me come my junior and senior year of CBA. And all throughout college, I'm just hanging out with my friends for 60 minutes or a half hour, hour and a half. And then you get to race. And that's the fun part. But the monotonous day after day after day as an athlete at CBA for me was way more like, oh, this is a lot going on. But after CBA and coaching, I can see that it's more of an outlet for kids. They get to enjoy and run and be healthy and fit, and then racing comes second. And it helps being a part of CBA because we produce some really good teams. So naturally, you just want to be better each time, and if you can have fun with it, then you're going to be great.
Good. I always find that I'm more nervous as a coach. I don't know if you feel the same way,
Mm.
because like when you're racing, you're at the armory or or wherever, whatever meet pen relays, the gun goes off and your nerves go away. But as a
Hmm.
coach, it's just constant. I remember our last meet, the nationals, where you and I are both pacing in Franklin Field back and forth
Yeah.
with every other coach of the 4 by mile, and it's this
Hmm.
nerve-wracking moment. Anyway, uh, so do you have any advice for the current CBA athletes? And, now that you've moved on, and, you'll always be their coach and you're always welcome back to
Hmm.
help out or run with them. But what's some advice you might give them?
Yeah, certainly. I know I reached out to them in the team group chat, and I told them, reach out to me at any time. They're alumni at this point with me, so uh, the brotherhood is still there, and I am still their coach. So if they do have a question about training, I would be happy to help. But um, yeah, I guess I would say whatever you do, make sure you do have fun with it. It certainly took me a long time and a lot of major switches. This goes for college, running, everything. It's you go through a lot of ups and downs and changes, and make sure whatever you're doing when you're having these ups and downs and changes, it's because you want to, not because other people are expecting you to, but because it's fun and it's something that you're dedicated to and you can see yourself being better from, whether it's running, school, job, relationships, everything. And if you realize you're not having fun, no one's telling you to. You can stop. It's not that deep. You can always just change it up. And I learned that a million times, and I know Coach McCafferty's learned it. Everyone learns it, and don't be afraid of it.
Yep. I think in modern times, and I see this, I saw this at Homedale a lot. I see it at CBA a lot, where the kids are looking to check boxes. And I'm very happy that when kids come out for the cross country team, they have people like us to, tell them like, hey, yeah, this checks a box on your resume, but it's also, this is somewhere where you can grow and have fun and enjoy yourself. And it's great to see. So last serious question. What are your plans for next year?
So in the fall, I'll be starting law school at Brooklyn Law, and I'm living in Brooklyn full time starting August too. So I'll be there come the summer. Hopefully, I'm around at the Jersey Shore more, because it's much more nicer here in the summer than in Brooklyn. But I'll probably be up there still, just a train ride away to run with the guys. So I really want to go over to a practice soon in the morning, see what that's all about. So excited.
Now, who are you living with in Brooklyn?
I'm living with actually a kid I ran with at CBA in my grade, JP Stark, and a kid I ran with at Richmond, Alex Lucking, who's a few years older than us. So 3 runners, but all 3 of us ran at different schools, and we're all ending up in the same apartment together. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's really crazy how all that comes together. JP from your days at CBA, and your teammate from
I got all my
Richmond.
other friends. All of my other friends are in Manhattan from CBA. It's weird.
What's crazy is you may be doing the Brooklyn Track Club if you decide to do that, which is a friend of mine from college is one of the coaches there. So it's crazy how the running world comes together so well. So
I'm pretty certain I'm going to do it. So I'm pumped.
Good. Excellent. All right. Some fun things now. Just what is your favorite local eatery? Local to the Lincroft area, of course. I mean, Monmouth County.
Local, I'm gonna say Pat's in Lincroft, next to the Dunkin', but Joyce's is a close second.
Maz is gonna be upset with that answer. He thinks it's Pat's all the way. Cusick, same thing. So
I know I'm Pat's all the way, but Joyce's is second.
What is your favorite local coffee shop? And I know you're a coffee. You're a coffee.
Yeah, I love my coffee. If I can make it out there, just because if I'm not going to CBA, it's out of the way, but Almost Home in Lincroft, and they also have one at C right now. Super good coffee. I love it.
All right. I know the answer to this. What is your favorite running locale locally?
Oh, Manasquan Reservoir.
I thought you'd answer
I'll run there every day if I could. And I can. So.
I see. I follow you on Strava, and it's like it's the same run every single day. It takes a special person to be able to do that, And the last question, it's very timely for the World Championships is going on now, the in Eugene. So who's your favorite professional track athlete? And let me break this up a little bit. Who's your favorite American male?
American male.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I don't want to be like a bandwagon, but I think he's just so cool, and he's got so much swagger. I think Fred Curley.
Okay, Fred Curley.
He's such an athlete. The 400, 100 range is like awe-inspiring to me. But close second would be Joe Klecker.
Okay,
for the distance guys.
What about one? Favorite female American?
Oh, favorite female American, Alicia Monson. I'm a big guy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think she's going to be really good coming up.
Okay, what about foreign, non-American male athlete? It's a tough one.
Yeah, people are going to see this and just think I'm a huge front runner, but I'd say Ollie Hoare.
Okay,
big on guy, but no, he did not. He got toasted. But so Jakob is my second.
Yeah, you're a huge fan of Ingebrigtsen. You got offended when I said he was, tough. And lastly, favorite female non-American professional athlete.
I've gone 2 distance runners. This is gonna sound hard. Shelly-Ann Price. That's it. I didn't want to mess up her name.
She's my favorite too.
She's a tank as well. It's something about the short sprints make it track so exciting. I don't know. I've never paid attention this much until a world champ. So
it's fun. Cool. All right, Noah. Well, thank you very much for hanging out, and we'll be posting this soon so everybody can look at your embarrassing video and my weird fish.
My
This is my
weird
guide.
plants.
Yeah, that's plants too. Anyway, good talking to you, Noah, and
Yeah.
see you soon.